If you've been saving wine corks like me, here's the perfect project to use them. First, I have to go through my stash of old jewelry. I had a ton of old jewelry that I just went through and kind of snipped it apart and put it all in this one container. And I'm just going to go through it and pick out the pieces that I want for my wind chime. And I actually end up taking the pieces of a particular necklace because everything matched. It was already all matched up because of the way that the jewelry piece was put together. So I'm just going to use all those pieces. I'm going to go ahead and pre-drill some holes for the eye screws. I'm going to have 3 rows for the wind chimes, and then I need to put 2 holes on the top so that I have something to hang it with. So here I am just doing the pre-drill, and then I will go through and screw on the eye screws. And to hang the wind chimes on, I just using an old stick that I found outside, and I washed it and kind of scuffed it up to make it look a little rustic. So for the corks, I'm going to go ahead and screw some of these eye screws in the center. I just kind of eyeball it and screw those on. And then I grab my beading needle and I start to slide on some of these beads. I will use some crimping beads to hold them, to keep them from sliding. And I kind of forgot to hit the record button for the rest of this one. So as you can see, I did add some glass that I had as well. But you can see the next 2 rows, you can see my process. I'm just basically lining up my beads in the order that I want them in and using my beading needle to go ahead and slide them on. And then I tie the fishing line is what I'm using. I tie the fishing line onto the cork, with the eye screws to hold that on. And every once in a while, I just kind of pick it up and I give it a little test. I give it a little tug test to make sure that everything is pretty securely on there so that nothing falls off when I hang it up. So the best advice that I would give when making a wind chime or anything like jewelry or anything, you want to lay out your pattern, kind of what you're looking for, because I go back and forth a lot and change things because I'm thinking about the color next to, the line next to it. Will it match that? And with the glass, I was kind of going back and forth on what color piece, a glass I wanted to use. So, but that's the process, and it's kind of what you like, right? It's not, you don't really need to do about it. You just move on and do what you like to do. And if you see me kind of making gestures, I am talking. Actually, I was doing this on a TikTok live showing my fans over there. Fans, I guess I don't know. Do you call them fans? What do you call them? Followers. I'm showing my followers how I make this wind chime. So I was going to just, use the voice for that on this video, but it's very long. It took me, I think I was on that TikTok live for like 2 hours or something like that, just going through this because it's in real time, right? So I kind of think you don't want to listen to me chatter away on my decisions and just chatting to the people, my followers on TikTok. But if you are ever interested, you can go over to Makers Unify on TikTok, and I do go live once in a while with different projects. I try to go live probably 3 nights out of the week, and you can just come and craft and chat and see what I'm up to. And if you're interested in anything, special tutorial or anything like that, just go ahead and ask me. I'd be happy to go on live and show you how to do something. So I'm just going to speed through this so that you can just see my process. Like I said, I do use the crimping beads a lot so that things don't slide down and they stay secure. I do a tug test every time that I put a new crimping bead on and making sure that everything's staying in place. There were a few oopsies where I actually, it might even be this one. I don't even know. Maybe. I think I squeezed it too tight and I broke the line. No, it wasn't that one. I did it on another one. But anyway, so then I had to start over, which is a pain in the butt. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and speed through this. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. I'd be happy to answer them or go through any specific thing that you may want me to cover. And I do appreciate you watching this and supporting my channel. It's been 4 or 5 years, I think, and I'm still trying to grow my following. Actually, a lot of the subscribers, a lot of the watch time from this comes out of 95% of people that are not subscribers, which is interesting. So if you are of that 95%, if you wouldn't mind hitting the follow button or subscribe button, I would really appreciate it, because it does help out my channel. And I've been trying to, I am monetized, but honest to God, I made like $100 last year, I think, for ad time. So and that's not my main purpose of this, but it does help me out with supplies and things like that in my time. So if you wouldn't mind subscribing and hitting the notification bell so that you know when I have new videos coming out, that would be awesome. I would really appreciate it. And again, if you have anything that you want me to show you how to make, I can pretty much figure out mostly anything, and I can go ahead and show you how to do that. And again, if you want, you can hop on over to TikTok, and if you're on that platform, I am on all platforms. I'm on Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, of course, Instagram. So I would really appreciate it if you'd want to follow me on those other socials. That would be awesome. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and speed through this. And again, like I said, if you wouldn't mind commenting, liking, and all that fun stuff, let me know if you have any questions. I'd be happy to answer. So enjoy. So the second row is done. I'm going to go ahead and start the third row. Again, I'm using fishing line. I think it's a 70-pound string fishing line, so it's pretty strong. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and go through the beads here, line them all up, and string them in.
But I think that turned out pretty cute.
So I'm just going to use some jute to tie on the top to hang it from. And there is the final wine cork wind chime. Thank you so much for watching. This is Jeannie with Makers Unify, and have a DIY day.